July 17, 2025, Patna's Paras Hospital. 5 men entered room 209 on the second floor. They loaded their weapons and aimed at the target. 10 seconds. That's all it took to turn a gangster into a ghost. This is the assassination of Chandan Mishra. What happened in Patna wasn't just a murder. It was a movie script written in blood. We have a dead gangster, a betrayal between best friends, and a contract killer who made reels for Instagram before pulling the trigger. From the cricket grounds of Buxar to the high security cells of Bihar jail, this is the story of Chandan and Sheru. Welcome to the dark side. Buxar, 140 kilometers from Patna. A middle class boy, Chandan. He didn't want to be a don. He wanted to be a cricketer. But one match, one argument with a guy named Sonu, and the scorecard changed forever. Chandan was beaten, humiliated. He went for justice and got kicked out. That night, the cricketer died and the killer was born. Next morning, he didn't pick up a bat. He picked up his father's gun. No warning, no drama. Sonu was dead. Chandan was arrested. But here's the twist. He was a minor. Thus, no jail but the juvenile center. But the juvenile center was for namesake. It was a university for criminals. 3 years later, he walks out and he meets him, Sheru Omkarnath Singh, alias Sheru, another cricket lover turned criminal. They started a startup, but the product was fear, extortion and kidnapping. But they needed a USP, a signature style. Chandan rides the motorcycle, Sheru sits backwards, a 360-degree killing machine. No blind spots, impossible to chase. Buxar, Ara, Patna. The terror began. 2011, the year Bihar stopped breathing. 6 murders, back to back. Police was irrelevant. Politics was in their pocket. Chandan didn't just kill, he announced it. Tomorrow you die, and tomorrow they died. Imagine the ego. You tell a man the date of his death. The police know, the media knows, and you still pull the trigger. That was Rajendra Kesari, a limestone tycoon. Powerful, connected. He thought he was invincible. He refused to pay the tax, a move that costed him his life. August 21st, the deadline. Kesari was surrounded by his invisible shield of power. But bullets don't care about your bank account. He died, but this time the system woke up. 25 cases, 12 murders. The heat was too much. They ran to Nepal, but international borders meant paperwork. However, before police could nab them, Chandan and Sheru slipped away again, this time to Kolkata. But here their luck ran out. Kolkata police grabbed them by their collars. They were sent back to Bihar. The trial began, but Buxar jail couldn't hold them. They were sifted and separated. And then came the judgment that broke the brotherhood. Same crime, same trial. But Chandan got life imprisonment and Sheru got the death penalty. But why? This was the question burning through Sheru's brain. Why only him? Why not Chandan? Was it luck or was it a setup? Sheru started thinking, and in prison, thinking is dangerous. Sheru's death sentence was later reduced to life, but the damage was done. He sat in his cell rotting, watching Chandan rise. Chandan was in jail, but he was online, flexing by posting photos. Sheru saw it all. The VIP treatment, the phone access, the power. Then came the whispers. Chandan is keeping the money. Chandan is keeping the girl. Money is one thing, but ego, that's nuclear. Sheru got close to a girl from Chandan's family, but Chandan didn't like it due to caste and pride, the usual nonsense. They were no longer best friends. They were ticking time bombs, sharing a cage. The system again separated them. Chandan to Bihar jail, Sheru to Purnia. Fast forward to June 2025. Chandan placed the medical card. He was granted parole for a pile surgery. Sheru heard the news. This was it. In jail, Chandan was safe, but out there, he's a target. Sheru needed a ghost, someone cold, someone who didn't ask questions. He found a kid from Phulwari Sharif, Tausif Raza. But people didn't call him that. They call him Tausif Badshah, the Instagram gangster. He worshipped Daud. He dressed like a movie star and he killed for sport. Sheru made the call and Tausif took the contract. The prey was out and the hunter was ready. July 3rd, Chandan walks out, but he doesn't go to the hospital. He goes home to Buxar. Tausif was watching his movements, but Buxar, that was Chandan's fortress. You don't hunt a tiger in his own cave. Tausif knew that. Every street, every corner in Buxar had eyes. If Tausif pulled a gun there, he would be long dead before he could pull the trigger. 10 days gone. The parole was only for 15 days. The window was closing. Tausif was getting desperate. If Chandan went back to jail, the contract fails. But then, the mistake, the surgery, he couldn't avoid it. Patna's Paras Hospital. Tausif knew this place. He had his people here. Room 209, second floor. No guards, no metal detectors. A hospital is a sanctuary, but for a hitman, it's a candy store. Open doors, distracted staff, and a target stuck in bed, unable to run. Chandan thought he was a patient, but Tausif saw a sitting duck. July 17th, morning 5 am. The squad assembles. Tausif, his cousin Nisu Khan, Hers and Bhim. 2 bikes, 5 men, and 1 mission. The city was sleeping, but the devil was awake. They rode to Paras Hospital, not to visit, but to finish. 2 hours later, 7:15 am, they walk in. Security is non-existent. Metal detectors are broken. 5 men with loaded guns, and nobody asked a single question. In a hospital, you expect to see doctors and nurses. You don't expect a death squad taking the elevator to the second floor. Room 209. Chandan was recovering and vulnerable. Tausif didn't hesitate. The king of Buxar got executed in his pajamas. And the sickest part, Tausif recorded it. It wasn't just a hit, it was content, a reel for his followers. They walked out and drove away. The police station was 2 kilometers away. The checkpost 1.5 kilometers away. The system didn't fail. The system was never there. If a gangster isn't safe in a capital city hospital, then who is? The law eventually caught up. In their Kolkata's hideout, Tausif, Nisu and the whole crew were either arrested or shot in the legs. Chandan is dead and Sheru is rotting in the jail. The game started on a cricket pitch. It ended in a morgue. There were no winners here, just a scorecard of dead bodies. This was the dark case of Chandan and Sheru. Thanks for watching. I'm Sam and I'll see you in the next one.